Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Reid and I am a relationship coach for gay men, helping us achieve better relationships with others, but most importantly, ourselves. For today's topic, I want to talk about how to move beyond a breakup. Now, a breakup can be many things to many different people. It can be something that's quite easily done, premeditated. You know that you're about to near the end of a relationship with a person and it goes off because the emotion has just dwindled from that particular relationship. But what about the times when you have a breakup and it leaves you emotionally scarred and you're feeling like you can't sleep properly, you feel like you're in such agony that you've never experienced before in your life, you're in a situation where you're constantly thinking of your last partner all the time and you generally just don't feel very good. Your emotions come up and down in waves, your immune system is down, you might even be eating less, eating more, and you're incredibly stressed. How do we move beyond this particular phase? Well, to understand what's happening, this breakup has been caused by a betrayal of expectations caused by the person who left you. And as part of moving beyond that stage, we have to start by recognizing that your partner is a source of pain in your life right now. They have caused you to feel intense pain and trauma, and the only way to move beyond them is to create distance. Now, creating distance can mean a variety of things. It doesn't literally mean you have to flee across to a different country in order to not be near them. No, what it means is take away the reminders of that person and the time you shared together. If you've got little reminders, like for example, souvenirs that you picked up, gifts, you might want to think about how those memories make you feel about that person. Music that you listened to together, places that you visited together. I understand this can be challenging, especially if you spent a lot of time in particular areas together, but just recognize what those objects, places, music, movies, shows, Netflix, what all of these things mean in relation to how you feel. You can return to them all again at a different place and time, but for now, if it creates reminders of that person, think about your relationship with those objects. Similarly, with social media, I would never recommend outright banning, blocking a person, but what I would always recommend is unfollowing. Blocking is a bit extreme. In my experience, unfollowing is just a good way of reducing the reminders and the interaction between people. So that's that. Secondly, take that person off the pedestal. Recognize that that person who entered your life may have appeared perfect, may have made you feel like a failure, may have made you feel like you weren't good enough. Continue to have that narrative, and the consequence will be that you won't feel comfortable dating properly again, you won't continue to feel comfortable within yourself, and you won't trust yourself. The way to work beyond that is to recognize that your partner was not good enough for you. And more importantly, they couldn't meet your needs. Where you wanted consistency and love, they couldn't move beyond bad habits of behavior, and they left you in this position without really taking responsibility for their actions. So a way of looking at it might be to think to yourself, where were the red flags in that particular relationship? What were the points in time where you were like, even little things where, for example, they said something that you didn't quite like. Even at the time, you might be able to rationalize it and go, oh, well, it's understandable because, no, on this occasion, I want you to think about even the little things that didn't agree with you, because that will help you see that person in a clearer light. The reason this is important is that it's about honoring your anger and resentment. When you're broken up, it hurts. You're in a lot of shock and a lot of pain. And denying those feelings and going, oh, that person was, they were a really good person. It's true. That person probably was a very good person, but that good person has hurt you in a way that no other person has. So you are allowed to say, that person really, really hurt me. You don't mean that you wish them to die, for instance. No, you just mean that you wish that person to recognize that they really, really hurt you and caused you to feel tremendous pain. 3, forgive yourself. This is a bit of a tricky area because obviously forgiveness is something that not everyone agrees with, but it's something that's really important to move beyond the stain of a breakup. Forgiveness in this context is really about going back in your mind, addressing yourself and recognizing a few things. 1, you didn't know any better about this person when you got into this relationship. 2, you didn't realize that this would be the outcome. You've learned valuable knowledge about where you're at as a result of this experience. And 3, recognize that despite all your good efforts, that there was nothing you could have done to possibly avoid this particular outcome. And even if there was something that you feel like you could have done more of, then at least you can work on that to bring that into the next relationship that you have. Consider this a learning, not a failure for life. I understand it's very hard to look at it like that right now, but it's really good to just recognize that in a lot of this, there were areas of your life that you didn't know, and now this is a learning opportunity to realize what you can use for this next relationship that you might have. Number 4, do things that you love. Follow your passion. Do things that you really enjoy. This means that if you've got a hobby that you like, do that. If you really like working out at the gym, do that. Any time that we spend with a significant other, we're also giving up a lot of our own free time, our own me time to be with that person. Reflect back on that me time and really think to yourself, what did I miss out when I was in that relationship? Did I do things that I enjoy, like reading books, going to the movies? This is an important phase to really reconnect with yourself and to go back and focus on the things that you missed out during that period. And finally, number 5, take a dating detox. The reason I recommend this particular phase, especially after a breakup, is because it's good to honor the healing that needs to happen. The end of a breakup marks a remarkable opportunity to really begin self-reflecting on a few things. Namely, how this all happened, what you're feeling right now, and also what you'd like to have happen in the future. Allowing another person to enter your life at this point in time doesn't really allow you to self-reflect and grow to be in the place you want to be to attract the right person into your life. Granted, you might have a few short flings to bolster your confidence. You might have a few areas where you feel like by meeting new people, you can learn about some of the qualities that you're looking for and the qualities that you don't want in the relationship you're wanting to build. But the reason I recommend you don't commit to anything like dating or even a relationship is because this is the one time that is so valuable and crucial for getting over the pain of the previous relationship, not getting into a rebound, and also really reflecting on what you want to bring to the table so that way you are at your best for the next opportunity you have with a future significant other that's meaningful for you and lasts the test of time. So I hope that you find this practical. Getting out of these sort of situations is really hard for all of us, and sometimes we try a do-it-yourself approach, which is kind of by just distracting ourselves by seeing a lot of friends, not really addressing the emotions. But I can promise that by not addressing the emotions and also the feelings that we have, the shame that we might be going through, it actually severely delays our healing and even our capacity to really be with a person that we want to be with. So I hope that's been useful for you. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week on Wednesday. Bye-bye.